She is very difficult to officiate because of all of the contact that's happening around her all of the time. That being said, I was in contact with a number of WNBA coaches yesterday about this topic of the officiating in the WNBA.
Rebecca Lobo's comments about Caitlin Clark and the referees have become so powerful that WNBA executives can no longer brush them aside. Because even after the Fever Sun game delivered the clearest example yet of the Caitlin Clark effect following poor officiating, that same officiating still has the potential to damage the league itself. Rebecca, a true WNBA icon, has officially raised the alarm. Her perspective is not just convincing. It exposes what many WNBA players have reportedly been discussing behind closed doors regarding the officiating concerns. If recent events have proven anything, it is that the WNBA still has not figured out how to properly protect its biggest star, Caitlin Clark. The league may not welcome these observations, but they needed to be said. Now let's break down Rebecca's remarks and the growing Fever storyline, which brings exciting developments while also highlighting serious questions about the league's decisions. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Surprisingly, more than 83% of viewers still haven't subscribed. It only takes a moment, it's completely free, and your support truly helps the channel grow. So, have you subscribed yet? Awesome, thank you for being here. Now, let's jump right back into the story.
The second-year player clearing out that side of the floor, shooting on Stewie, and then watch the reaction with one another. Stewie's left.
Caitlin Clark delivered an unforgettable return that instantly reminded everyone why she is such a game-changing presence. She poured in 25 points during the first half, including 3 incredible logo shots in just 38 seconds, creating an electrifying stretch that reminded fans exactly what they had been missing for quite some time. It also reminded everyone across the league who the true leaders really are.
And Cunningham is down behind the play, but they've got Caitlin Clark. 2 players with incredible up. Clark, another long 3.
That stretch became the defining moment that exposed the entire situation. The WNBA has valuable stars beyond Caitlin Clark, but everything still revolves around her impact. When she was sidelined for those 5 games, it was far more than an ordinary absence. It revealed the league's reality. Attendance dropped noticeably, social media engagement declined, and nationwide excitement lost its momentum. Without Caitlin on the court, nearly every WNBA storyline faded into the background and struggled to capture the same level of attention.
Here we go with Caitlin Clark singularly being missing for the time she was gone, and ratings tanking 50% in some cases. And then also she comes back and reminds everyone how spectacular she is. And everybody's talking about the WNBA. So if you needed to sort of have it affirmed to you that it is just her, that the singularity of her is what we are talking about and her star power, you got it with this absence and then the way she came back.
Caitlin Clark's return provided a major boost for the entire WNBA after weeks of falling ratings and growing criticism. Their matchup against the Liberty drew an impressive audience of 2.8 million viewers, making it one of the most watched WNBA broadcasts in league history. By comparison, the NHL Stanley Cup Finals averaged 2.5 million viewers. While basketball and hockey are very different sports, Caitlin Clark outperforming the championship round of a century-old men's league is an extraordinary achievement. Yet, WNBA leadership appears to have overlooked just how significant that moment was, something we'll discuss shortly. Meanwhile, Olympic gold medalist, Basketball Hall of Famer, and one of ESPN's most respected voices, Rebecca Lobo, fully recognized its importance. But before diving into her thoughts on the referees, let's first look at how she described the massive impact of Clark's remarkable comeback.
Tell me, what does Clark's return mean for the WNBA?
Well, I mean, it means a lot more people are paying attention once again. We know how much Caitlin drives ratings. We know how much Caitlin drives attention on the WNBA. And for her to come back and do it in that way was just ridiculous.
She pointed out that people are tuning in once again. It may sound like a simple statement, but it carries a much deeper meaning because if viewers are returning, it also means many had stopped watching, and everyone knows exactly when that happened, during Caitlin Clark's absence. Lobo didn't end her thoughts there. She continued by explaining why fans immediately came back the moment Clark returned to the court.
At the end of the first quarter, when she had that 38-second stretch where she drained deep three after deep three after deep three, I was just sitting there thinking, I've been around this league since 1997. I have never seen that in a WNBA game. Have we seen players go on runs? Of course we have, but not like that. Not where a couple of the three-pointers are from 30-plus feet. It was an exhibition by her.
That's exactly where the real issue begins. These weren't ordinary long-range two-pointers or deep three-point attempts. They were incredible logo shots launched from what felt like an entirely different zip code. Very few, if any, players can consistently make those shots look so effortless, and that's precisely why fans keep watching. Even Natasha Cloud, who has shown little support for Caitlin Clark's fanbase, had to acknowledge the reality. The moment Caitlin crosses half court, defenders have to pick her up immediately because what she does on the floor is anything but normal. Just ask Rebecca.
This angle is wild, folks. There's the eye gouge. Watch Mabry. Boom! I mean, come on.
Looking at everything that has unfolded, not only since Caitlin Clark's return, but throughout last season, and this one as well, the situation has become increasingly concerning. This is no longer just about missed calls or physical defense. It has developed into a pattern so noticeable that even experienced WNBA voices like Rebecca Lobo are openly addressing it. Then came the game against the Sun, a moment that should have sent a strong message throughout the league. Yet, for reasons that sparked widespread debate, J.C. Sheldon and Marina Mabry were not ejected after Caitlin Clark was knocked to the floor during a body check and struck across the face while attempting a play. It's true that Caitlin and J.C. had exchanged some words earlier in the game, but trash talk never justifies physical retaliation. A league cannot expect to grow if its biggest stars are repeatedly put in situations like that. Even the commentators sounded stunned, and their reactions suggested they expected ejections. Across the basketball world, fans, coaches, analysts, and players were all left shocked by what had happened.
Hey, we would have been crashing that RT.
Courtney, if somebody ever tackles you like that,
Nobody would ever tackle me like that. They would play with Bridget like that, and then we would have to like take it up there.
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying.
Nobody would ever play with me like
If
that.
that ever happened, you better crash out behind me. Because I'm crashing out behind you.
See,
We can share the same jail cell.
Caitlin Clark being clawed across the face and shoved quickly went viral, becoming one of the biggest talking points surrounding the game. But it was never just a single moment of chaos. The tension had been building from the opening stages of the matchup, growing more intense as the game continued, while the officials repeatedly appeared to let the situation escalate without stepping in.
J.C. Sheldon right here with an entire handful of Caitlin Clark's shoulder and bicep, and she's twisting it, okay? I mean, this is wild. Here's the zoomed out look, the snapshot. I mean, this league does not have control of its.
The game became increasingly physical with every passing moment. Stephanie White was understandably furious once it was over, and her frustration was impossible to miss. Even before she spoke, her body language revealed exactly how she felt. She took her seat, paused for a deep breath, collected herself, and then finally let everything out.
The game has changed so much. Players are faster, they're better, they're bigger, they're stronger. They're as good as they've ever been, they're as athletic as they've ever been. The game is fast now. Things are happening quickly. Everybody's getting better, except the officials.
That may have been the strongest criticism of the referees without directly calling anyone out. The message was unmistakable. While everyone else continues improving, the officiating is not keeping pace. It strikes at the heart of the frustration many players, coaches, and fans have been expressing. More importantly, this issue did not begin with the Sun game. It has steadily grown throughout the entire season, fueled by inconsistent officiating, repeated missed calls, and what many view as a lack of protection for players like Caitlin Clark.
What was that play? Oh my god, this is rigged. This is rigged. She got yanked, fell on her hip. That's a hack! That's of Honor and they hacked Caitlin Clark. They are both hacks. They are both hacks. They hacked Fever twice, and then there was a phantom foul called on Sabrina Ionescu.
Looking back at the opening weeks of the season, the Fever consistently appeared to be on the wrong end of several officiating decisions. However, their 90-88 loss to the Liberty pushed those concerns to an entirely new level. It became a game that ignited heated debate among players and fans alike. Throughout the contest, the officiating appeared uneven, with New York receiving frequent foul calls while Indiana struggled to earn the same whistles. The difference at the free throw line was impossible to overlook as the Liberty repeatedly reached the stripe while the Fever had far fewer opportunities. The greatest frustration, however, came during the closing moments when several controversial calls, or the absence of them, dominated the discussion. The most talked about sequence happened on the final possession, when Caitlin Clark was unable to get off a shot after contact from Natasha Cloud. As replay after replay spread across social media, analysts questioned the decision and supporters voiced their frustration. Stephanie White also made her feelings clear, yet she ultimately received a penalty instead of seeing the officiating become the main focus. To many, it felt as though the league quietly acknowledged the controversy without directly addressing it. Before we examine Rebecca Lobo's remarks, which carry significant weight and raise difficult questions for the league, it's important to understand the growing frustration spreading throughout the WNBA.
She got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games. A minus 31 free throw discrepancy. And I might be able to understand it if we were just chucking threes, but we're not. We're attacking the rim. And the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable. So it's disappointing, that it doesn't go both ways, or it hasn't gone both ways.
Concerns about increasingly physical play, the officials appeared to dismiss those complaints altogether. Now, let's return to Rebecca Lobo and what all of this means for Caitlin Clark. Players have even joked that if things continue this way, someone is eventually going to get hurt. The reality is straightforward. If Caitlin is sidelined, the impact extends far beyond one player. Everyone understands it. The league, the players, the television networks, and the fans, whether they openly admit it or not. To Rebecca Lobo's credit, she didn't soften her message. Instead, she delivered an important statement in the most measured way possible. But when you truly listen to what she is saying, the implications are far more serious than they first appear.
The second time where I'm attacking, it's very physical. I'm saying something to the ref, watch my landing space, watch physicality. I get laughed at, and it ends in my ankle getting turned. The same thing happened in Dallas, a flagrant that wasn't called. Same thing happened here. So my ankle is hanging in there, but it's starting to get very frustrating. I'm averaging less than 2 free throws a game, and I drive, I'm physical. I'm not someone who's avoiding contact. So I just hope that the safety of players starts to become a priority versus the ego of refs.
Take a moment to think about what she just said. Rebecca Lobo wasn't simply saying that a few coaches are worried. According to her, every coach she has spoken with believes the officiating has become a major concern. That's where the situation becomes even more serious, because if coaches across the league share the same view that officials are losing control of games, then pressure for change becomes unavoidable. New standards and different approaches will likely be demanded. The most concerning part comes when even the calmest voices begin saying, "If the referees won't protect our players, then we will."
It's very difficult to officiate because of all of the contact that's happening around her all of the time. That being said, I was in contact with a number of WNBA coaches yesterday about this topic of the officiating in the WNBA, and all of them said it needs to get better. Specifically, the consistency, not only from one game to the next, but the consistency with it.
It's like telling drivers they can speed as much as they want because there is no highway enforcement, leaving everyone else feeling pressure to take the same risks just to keep up. That's the environment the WNBA is being compared to by not raising its officiating standards. It creates a situation where players may feel compelled to become more aggressive, even when the risks are obvious, because they believe the referees will not step in. We've already seen the results through the debated fouls involving Caitlin Clark, the hard contact, the body checks, and the growing frustration from coaches and fans. When similar moments continue to happen, they begin to look less like isolated oversights and more like a recurring pattern. To many observers, it starts to feel as though protecting Caitlin Clark is no longer being treated as a priority.
Told me we tell our players to be as physical as they can possibly be for 40 minutes because we know for 38 of them they're pretty much going to get away with it. So I think everybody would like to see a tighter whistle and a little bit more freedom of.
Looking at the situation from another perspective, it's understandable that Kathy Engelbert wants to promote rivalries. She even said in an interview that players do not have to be overly friendly with one another, and in principle, there's nothing wrong with that. Strong rivalries can attract attention and add excitement to the game. However, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, the WNBA does not need manufactured drama or unnecessary hard fouls to create interest. That's where many believe the league is making a costly mistake. It already has one of the most talked about, widely watched, and highly marketable athletes in women's sports, and the reason why has been on full display.
They just kept shoving Caitlin. They're like, well, they can't just keep calling fouls. I'm like, they're literally just running around hacking her. The referees have made it like a point that this is how you beat the fever. You hack them. You don't even, it's not being physical, you just hack them. Because the referees are going to allow them to be hacked. Late in the game with the fever, be hacked them. Not being physical.
Beyond the conversation about television ratings, everyone already understands how different things look when Caitlin Clark is on the court compared to when she is not. That part of the story is well known. However, Sophie Cunningham's recent experience may be one of the most overlooked examples yet of just how powerful the Caitlin Clark effect has truly become.
That's a flagrant foul.
Almost overnight, Sophie Cunningham gained widespread attention after standing up for Caitlin Clark. She attracted more than 1 million followers across different social media platforms, while Caitlin's supporters flooded her TikTok comments with praise and messages celebrating her confidence, including remarks like, "I guess I'm watching the WNBA now," and "Now I really need a Cunningham jersey." But this goes beyond Sophie's story alone. It highlights a broader blueprint. Just as Caitlin Clark's absence has been linked to declining ratings, Sophie's experience shows what can happen when players publicly support her. Fans rally behind those players, support their teams, and become more interested in following the WNBA. While that kind of growth often happens gradually, moments like these can accelerate it dramatically. At the center of it all is Caitlin Clark's presence on the court. Now, share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the officiating and the physical style of play?
As we expected, Sophie Cunningham has reached 1 million followers. 1 million followers. Sophie Cunningham on TikTok has gained, if I'm not mistaken, I think she has gained nearly 900,000 followers. It's at least 700,000. Sophie Cunningham on TikTok now has 1 million followers.
There is nothing wrong with players being physical against Caitlin Clark. She has shown that she is tough, can handle contact, and has never asked for special treatment. However, following through toward her face, as described in the incident involving JC Sheldon, crosses a different line that goes beyond normal defense and raises concerns about player safety. Situations like that do not just put Caitlin at risk. When the player involved is the league's biggest source of media attention, ticket sales, television viewership, and merchandise interest, those moments also raise broader concerns about the league's future. Many see it as not only dangerous, but also a short-sighted approach, both symbolically and physically. As WNBA legend Candace Parker put it best,
Indiana Fever, they need to go hockey, and let me explain this. The great Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player in my lifetime, okay, all respect due to Gordie Howe and everyone else, but they had a rule in the National Hockey League, and I've heard quotes where defensemen have said, they were asked, "Hey, how come you don't nail Gretzky along the board?" They said, "No, we'll hit him." But they say, "We'll never take a cheap shot. We'll never take anything unnecessary or anything too far because we understand his importance to the league and part of our paycheck we owe to."
Rather than asking players to take it easy on Caitlin Clark, she is simply making the point that any experienced veteran would understand. This is ultimately a business, and Caitlin's impact benefits everyone involved. The argument is not about giving her special treatment or showing favoritism. Whether some players agree with it or not, Caitlin Clark has become a major driving force behind the league's recent growth. For that reason, Protecting an asset of that importance matters, because if she is sidelined again, the effects will be felt throughout the entire league.
I think that the WNBA as a whole is in an amazing place. Now it's about business to me.
Kathy Engelbert praised the league star by saying, quote, "She's the most popular athlete in America." Not women's basketball player, not WNBA player, not NBA player, the most popular athlete in America.
Wrapping everything together, the argument is that while Caitlin Clark is not the only player who can influence the WNBA's future, she has become one of its most important driving forces. If the league cannot find a way to protect one of its biggest assets from unnecessary fouls, inconsistent officiating, and ongoing controversy, it risks undermining the value she brings. The point being made is that when Caitlin plays, viewership increases, jerseys sell quickly, more fans become engaged, and the entire basketball ecosystem, from the media and teams to players and sponsors, benefits. Rebecca Lobo delivered a message that many believe needed to be heard. The remaining question is whether the right people are actually listening, because if Caitlin is sidelined again, the cost to the WNBA could extend far beyond a single game. Now it's your turn. Do you agree or disagree? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all notifications, and click the next video on your screen because you won't want to miss what's coming next.